Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love. Now look at the person next to you. Say, I recognize the God in you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Now lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together, 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 we come together. In the name of love, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together, we come together. In the name of love, from every walk of life, every walk of life, every creed and color, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the God in each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say namaste, I bow to you. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. Oh, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. 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 In the name of love, we come together. We come together. We come together. We come together. We come together.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to Unity of Springfield, Illinois. We're all happy this morning. The Illini were awesome yesterday. Yes, they were. We've got a little bit of orange showing in the audience today. All right, well, welcome. We are pleased that you chose to join us this morning. And let us begin with joining Kim Shar Meredith as she sings Nothing Separates Me. Please stand.
Aloha,
as you are
Unity
able.
of Springfield. We'll celebrate this morning together. If you like standing, do so. But I invite you to lift your voice standing or sitting, okay? I see no separation when you are my meditation. All times may I rest in this truth. You are always in me. I am always in you. Let's sing that again. I see no separation when you are my meditation. All times may I rest in this truth. You are always in me. I am always in you. Nothing separates me from the love of God. Nothing separates me. Oh, nothing separates me from the love of God. It's true. You are feel good to know that nothing separates us. Oh, Spirit, I see no separation when you are my meditation. All times may I rest in this truth. You are always in me. I am always in you. Nothing separates me from the love of God. Nothing separates me. Oh, nothing separates me from the love of God. It's true. You are always in me. I am always in you. Here we go. Nothing separates me from the love of God. Nothing separates me. Oh, nothing separates me from the love of God. It's true. You are always in me. I am always in you. As we continue this morning, let's celebrate that truth. Yes? Yes.
We light the Christ candle this morning as part of our connection to the greater unity movement. We connect and hold individual ministries in prayer each week. And this week, we hold all ministries in the state of California in prayer. Let us open with prayer. And this morning, as we open our service, let us not only hold the ministries of California in prayer, let us also consider all the people affected by hurricanes and by war. We surround them with comfort, love, and peace. May we all look and listen for healing, divine order, and peace this day and always. Amen. And now for our board minute, we have Linda Cantor.
Hello. Good morning. Guess what I'm going to talk about? There's a book sale going on in Kane Hall. Let's get back there and buy some books. All right, that's it for the board minute.
Excuse me, I want to make sure they can see this.
Oh, I am bookshelves. Yep, that's me. I have no shelf control at all. Well, now I'm the platform person, not the board member anymore. And I want to welcome you. We're so glad you're here today to join us for worship. Because if you're here, you get to check out the book sale. We extend a special welcome to those of you visiting today for the first time. On your way in, you should have received a welcome packet. We also have a gift for you. Please see one of our greeters after today's service. We are also blessed and grateful to have an online following. So if you're inspired by Unity of Springfield's message, please be sure to share our Sunday service on social media platforms. Thank you. Unity is a worldwide spiritual movement. We are an inclusive community, and we welcome everyone. So our announcements for today are our Silent Unity Prayer Service takes place Tuesday at 11 in Zoom. This is a space to support with prayer those on our prayer list, in our hearts, and in our community. Wednesday at 5:30, Karen will lead the gathering meditation in Zoom. creating a sacred space for quiet, introspective meditation. And again, Unity's used book sale will be through the entire month of October. Join us for fellowship after the service and browse the books in Margaret Kane Hall. Sales are a love offering basis. Today, there will be an SOS committee planning meeting after the service in Margaret Kane Hall. So if you would like to be part of this outreach project, please connect with Sandy Shepard. Sangamon County Department of Public Health will host their annual flu shot clinic at the church facility in Margaret Kane Hall tomorrow, Monday, October 3rd from 1 to 2. Shots are free with an insurance card shown at the time of vaccination. You're invited to participate in the monthly Healing Crystal Bowls meditation on Thursday, October 6th at 6 p.m. Immerse yourself in the soothing, healing vibrations as we send harmony, peace, and balance into our community and our world. A suggested love offering is $15. Our next congregational workshop with Reverend Eliza, Building a Blueprint for Our Future, will be on Saturday, October 22nd. It's time to dream, to create a blueprint, to build the structure for flow and move into action. We hope you plan to join us. Lunch will be provided, so please RSVP on the sign-up sheet in the foyer or with the office. Emails are sent out weekly that have information on how to join in events. Also, check out our website for up-to-date information at unityofspringfieldil.org, all lowercase. Creating our lives and our world through the thoughts and beliefs we hold in mind is a spiritual principle we practice at Unity of Springfield. We also know this truth together. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. And our vision statement, a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And our mission statement, we recognize God is love, individualized in all people. Therefore, we provide a positive environment for special growth that empowers all to be God's love in the world. And our friend Jean Hembrow is not feeling well today and asked me if I would read the daily word for her. So our word for today is kindness. Kindness is the language of the heart. I set the intention today to give from my heart, to show compassion and kindness to everyone I meet. I begin by being kind to myself. I take time for spiritual self-care and prioritize good nutrition, relaxation, and exercise. I'm gentle with myself when I come up short, filling my self-talk with words of affirmation and compassion. Being kind to myself makes being kind to others easy and natural. I am patient and understanding, and I seek harmony and accord in my relationships. I let the small irritations go, remaining calm and pleasant. I look for ways to lighten the load of others and don't hesitate to offer a helping hand. My kindness helps create the kingdom of heaven on earth. From Matthew chapter 25, verse 35, for I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. And again, the word for today is kindness. And if you'd like to join me in the affirmation, Kindness is the language of my heart. Our special music today is by Robert McDeachy, Getting Better Every Minute. After the music, Cindy Luton will give the message, ending it with time of meditation.
It's getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, it's getting better every day. I know a man, he's got more troubles than you do. Lives his life mouth to hand, like an Indian guru. And he never complains, and he never looks back. And when he talks about tomorrow, it's a matter of fact. He says, it's getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day. Yeah, I read the news, and I watch the TV, and it gives me the blues, and sometimes heebie-jeebies. But there's a channel of peace being sent from above, bringing us this message on the wings of a dove. And it says, it's getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, it's getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, it's getting better every day. Yes, ma'am. If we're wise, we surely know what we feel will always grow. So I walk through my life and do my best to be cheerful, 'cause I know it's a choice, and it's better than fearful. So when my friends smile and say, hey, how you doing today? I will choose to answer in a positive way. I say, I'm getting better every minute, getting better every day. I'm getting better every minute, getting better every day. I'm getting better every minute, getting better every day. Getting better every minute, getting better every day. Yeah, getting better every minute, getting better every day. Getting better every minute, getting better every day. It's getting better every minute, getting better every day. Getting better every minute, it's getting better every day.
I know, we had that just a few weeks ago, but I like that song. It's one of those earworm things that gets in your head, and sometime during next week, it'll be there. And frankly, I need the encouragement. I always, when I speak, I always pray that I will say something that someone can grab onto and help them throughout the week. And today, I'm going to use a couple well-used stories. But I got another one thrown in there too. So what I'm hoping for is there be at least one that you haven't heard before. Okay, so the title is Keep Listening and Looking. And as a result, you learn. How's that? Different people listen for different things. There's an often repeated story credited to Sakanandan Swami about two colleagues walking down a busy Manhattan street. They were on their lunch hour, middle of the day, very noisy. One had been raised in New York City, and the other one had been raised on a Native American reservation. And they were walking through the crowds of people with the noise of their conversations and the noise of the engines of the cars and the honking. And all of a sudden, the Native American stopped and said, "Wait a minute, I hear something." The New Yorker stopped and looked at him like, "Well, yes." You know, there's a lot going on, busy streets, people talking, even yelling, cars honking, accelerating, braking, you know. Yes, yeah, I hear something too. He said, "No, I hear a cricket." With that, the gentleman walked across the street, walked to a planter box, pushed a leaf aside, and there was a tiny black cricket. And the New Yorker was astounded. He said, "Oh my gosh, you must have superhuman hearing. How could you hear a cricket above all that other noise?" And the colleague said, "I don't have super hearing. It just depends on what you choose to listen to. Everyone has the same ability. I'll show you." So he reached in his pocket, pulled out a handful of coins and threw them on the ground. And for about 10 feet around, everybody stopped and looked. You know, had they dropped their keys? Had they dropped some money out of their pocket? Different people listen for different things. So my question is, what are we listening for and what are we looking for? Now, many of you know that I was raised on a farm, that I love the outdoors. As I walk my dog in the morning, I listen to the birds. Sometimes the crows and I carry on a conversation. You know, they'll do this. They have a lookout. And when something disturbs them, they go nuts. And actually, sometimes I say, it's me. Don't worry. I'm not going to hurt you. And I'm not going to feed you either. But, you know, and then as I turn out of the subdivision, this year I look at the corn. And this spring, I swear, it grew an inch every day. It was just unreal. If I'm driving out of town, I'm always looking around, you know, for birds or what the crops are or the scenery. And some of my friends wish I would pay a little more attention to the road. But what we hear and see can depend upon our past experiences. What we hear and see also depends upon our outlook in life. What do we anticipate seeing? Another old story. The original storyteller is unknown, but it has been said that it was a favorite of President Ronald Reagan's. Two twin boys, nearly identical in appearance, but completely different in their ways of being. One saw everything in life as a miracle. Even at a very young age, he looked for the good in everything and always experienced life as a positive. His twin, on the other hand, always found something wrong with even the happiest of circumstances and the most perfect of days. he was super pessimistic, rather miserable, and nothing seemed to work for him. Of course, the parents were concerned about the two total extremes, and they sought a counselor. And after listening to the description from the parents of their children, the counselor decided upon a rather unusual test to assess the degree of optimism and pessimistic tendencies. Excuse me. The pessimistic boy was placed in a room filled with every imaginable toy. However, all he did was complain. There was no one with whom to play. There was no food in the room. There was something wrong with the toys. And his favorite toy wasn't even there. The optimistic boy was placed in another room. And that room was full of manure. So through a two-way mirror, the parents and the counselor watched the child as he got down on his hands and knees and started digging. And they were so shocked and concerned that they entered the room and asked the boy what he was doing. And the boy said, "With all this manure, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere." Maybe it's because I always wanted a pony, but I always loved that one. But what are we looking for? What are we listening for? What we're looking for and what we're listening for is what we're going to find. Our past experiences and our outlook on life go a long way to determine what we see and hear. It's called the law of mind action. Number 3 of Unity's 5 principles, as stated by Ellen Davenport in her book entitled The 5 Principles. Human beings create their experiences by the activity of their thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought. So we must be cautious that we don't let past experiences get in the way, that we don't allow our past to create prejudices. When I was in high school, my best friend's grandfather wanted a new car. Now, he was a farmer, so he cleaned up, put on a clean pair of overalls and a clean flannel shirt, went into the Chevy dealership, and started looking around. It seems like back in those days, you were either a Chevy family or a Ford family. Well, he was a Chevy buyer. And he walked around, and no one came to wait on him. And after a while, he finally got irritated. He walked across the street to the Buick dealer. He bought a new Buick. And as he always did, he paid cash for it. So that Chevy dealership lost a good customer. And you know why? Was it because salesman looked at this man and thought, he's not going to buy anything, he's just in here killing time? Don't know. Maybe not, but maybe. If you were asked to have dinner with a small group of people from Arkansas, what would you think? Would you turn down the invitation thinking that the people would probably be country bumpkins and not very interesting to be around? Well, you might miss out on an opportunity to have dinner with the former President of the United States. I know none of you would do that. But what are we listening and looking for? Different people can listen to the same speech and hear something entirely different. Several years ago, President Obama gave a speech at the UN in which he said the United States was not a Christian nation. Now, some people heard that as he was being all-inclusive, thinking of people of other religions, indigenous people, agnostics, even atheists, other people, including everyone. But another group of people, it gave them one more reason to be suspicious and critical of this man. Different people heard different things. They were listening for different things, and they were looking for different things, and they found them. We want to look and listen for the positive. Look and listen with an open mind and an open heart, because our focus influences our experiences. If we emphasize life's beauty and wonder, we will experience more of life's gifts. However, if we focus only on problems and challenges, soon that becomes the only thing we notice. Now, as we turn the news on today, that's a challenge right there. That's a challenge because we hear about the weather, the hurricanes, the war, the political tension. And we want to get to the point where we can voice concern, but we don't want that totally dragging us down. The same way with, the challenge of finding a new minister. We don't want the challenge to drag us down. Thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. We want to stay positive. In the words accredited to Jesus, Luke 16, verse 19, the measure you give will be the measure you get back. You ever play the game of smiling to all the people you walk down the street and meet? And you get a smile back. I've trained the people in my subdivision to wave every time they see me and my dog walking. They know my dog, they don't know me. Or my car. Most of them I don't know. Some of them I do, but they all wave. In Matthew chapter 16, verse 19, I will give you the keys of the kingdom, and whatever you bind on earth will be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth will be loosed in heaven. Luke 12:32, do not be afraid, little flock. It is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. And in Matthew 7:7, ask and it will be given to you. Search and you will find. Knock and the door will be open to you. There's a lot about this law of mind action that we don't understand. In the human world, we're taught to be vigilant and look out for dangers. We're taught to look for problems and then solve them. And focusing on the positive when illness and unwanted events are happening is difficult to do and results in many questions. But we have a little knowledge of that law of mind action. We do not need to understand it totally. But we need to use the amount of knowledge that we have. Can you imagine the earliest humans standing around in front of the first fire? Saying, well, it's kind of pretty and it's warm, but what are we going to do with it? They didn't imagine s'mores. That was to come down the road. I remember years ago, my dad asked me if I would like to have a personal computer. My mom and dad were always wondering what to get me for Christmas and birthday, and it was a challenge for them. personal computer, we don't even use that term now, do we? No. My answer to him was, Dad, I really don't know what I'd use it for. Sometimes now I still don't know how to use it. As in these two situations, we do not have a total understanding of the law of mind action, but we are standing on the edge of possibilities. And the best way to move forward is to utilize what knowledge we have, which is to look and listen for the positive. Look and listen with an open mind and an open heart. There are birds to be heard. There are ponies to be found. More ways to use a computer than I can learn. For what are we looking and listening? It's our job, our responsibility, our privilege to look and listen for positive and beautiful things. And especially, I might add, as we continue in this transition time and search for a new minister. Let's keep an open mind about the good that is coming to us. Keep looking for that pony. I love it when Dave plays for meditation. And I ask him to play. Is this a new one, Dave? No. This is not, I didn't think it was. But Dave shared with me this morning. Can I tell this? Sure. Okay. Shared with me this morning that he has bought his last flute. Yeah, that's what I did. I laughed. Yeah. We know how that goes, don't we? And I'm sure once he gets used to it, we'll get to hear that one. Yeah. Thanks, Dave. Yeah. Because it helps me relax. I can say the word relax, but nothing speaks to my entire being as the sound of the flute. I can picture myself sitting under a tree along a stream with a mountain standing high in the distance. And with a deep breath, become one with Spirit. We may sometimes get so busy, even when we're serving God in various ways, that we forget to take care of ourselves. We can be serving in various ways, giving generously of our time and treasure, reaching out with compassion to others, focusing so much on others that we forget to take care of ourselves. But the more we take care of ourselves, the more we realize our divine nature, and the more fully we can be the hands and heart of God in the world. So for this time in the silence, let us release the to-do lists and lift responsibilities from our shoulders. Let us know that we are fully divine and fully human, as Jesus was. We are on this earth to express God in infinite variation. We are free and unlimited, creators of our own experience. What we believe comes to us. What we want is already ours. What we perceive becomes real. We are co-creating. We are listening and looking for the positive each moment of each day. And so this day, for a few moments, let us be open to listening and looking for the positive as we move into this sacred time of the silence. We dwell in the mystery of the great unknown, fluid, beautiful, and free. We look with joy for the majesty that abounds and listen for the music of the universe. We dance with the wind, ecstatic each day to be part of the beauty around us. For we are spirit. forever unfolding, unbounded, eternal, and free, forever co-creating all the good we can stand. And for all this and more, we are eternally grateful. And as we slowly return to this time in this church sanctuary, we carry with us the awareness of looking and listening for all our many blessings. And we give thanks, living, loving Spirit. It is so. Amen. Thank you, Dave. And now is the time of our service when we bless our tithes and our love offerings. There are bowls at each of the exits for your love offering. For those of you online, may press the text to give option, or your contribution may be mailed to the church at 417 Cordelia, Springfield, Illinois, 62707. I'm sorry, 62703. I moved us. I don't know why. And now let us take a moment to bless our love offerings as we actually hold them in our hands or see them there in our mind's eye. We know that the key to prosperity lies within, and so we now open our mind to divine ideas that inspire us to live richly. We give thanks for our many blessings, knowing that divine love through each of us blesses and multiplies all that we are, all that we have, all that we give, and all that we receive. Thank you, loving Spirit. Amen. And on behalf of the church, I thank you. And we have a special thanks this week for Shelley Kaufman, who beautifies our church each week. Isn't it nice to walk into a clean church? And now if you would stand for the prayer for protection, followed by the peace song. Together. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
Okay, Unity of Springfield, let's go forth in peace and as peace. Together. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be with God our Creator. We are family. Let us to take each moment and